Greetings. This is Team 5 of ECE4574 here with Bowie Zhao to show you guys the internal testing of our pathfinding program, which is in this file pathfinder.py. This is our main file and it uses JSON and PyMaths to perform the A-star pathfinding. Our main function is here, pyfind from JSON. This basically gets inputted a file and it calculates the path cost to the end. It also does error checking in case the path cannot be found or if the boundaries were not correct. This returns a JSON object of which inside it has the path cost, which is how many steps it took to get to the end, and coordinates, which contains these x and y's of our grid. Our main unit test program is seen here in test.py, with this function is short as path performing the actual pathfinding and unit tests being the program that is called multiple times and given these multiple JSON objects as you see at the top. At the beginning, I'm going to do an isolated test where I'm inputting a value of 1 to show the print statement so you can see where the x and y and path costs are coming from. So let's run this function now in the terminal. So as I scroll up to the top, you'll see what I'm talking about. What that function returns in the x and y is essentially seen here are the coordinates as it iterates through and gets to the end. So our goal was 4823, so it found it in 71 steps. Next, we also iterate through and show the path weight and cost in here with the print statements. And as that value gets smaller and smaller until we get to 0, then we know the path was found. These print statements will not be shown later on as they take up a lot of screen real estate. So now I shall set the value of 1 to 0 to not have any print statements and now run the rest of our tests as I scroll to the bottom. The different JSON objects I have today are seen here, with test 0 to test 3 being from small to large maps and with no obstacles. You can see them as I go through. You can pause the video if need be. Test 0, test 1 of 100 by 100, test 2 of 200 by 200, and test 3, which is non-square, of 200 by 170. Next, tests 4 through 8 are going to have obstacles, with test 8 being a special error condition to check. So test 4 here is small 50 by 50 of obstacles. Test 5 is 100 by 100 of obstacles. Test 6 is 200 by 200 with obstacles. Test 7 is also 200 by 200 with some more complex obstacles. And test 8 has a special error condition where our goal is at index 199, 199, but the map is not big enough. So now I will run this test in the terminal to show you with these outputs not being shown. So let's run it again. And as we get to test 7, which is very big, you can tell it takes a while for it to find 398 steps. Now it's going to take a little more to make sure that the results are correct before it gives us a passing grade. So now test 7 has been passed and test 8 has also been passed. And test 8 was a special case, and so the input JSON file was not valid, but since we correctly identified that it was invalid, this test also passed. So if we scroll from the top to the bottom, we can see our test 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. You can pause the video at any time. And thus, our final results are that all tests from 0 to 8 have been tested successfully with our internal unit test program, printed out to the terminal to show that the functionality of our pathfinding algorithm is correct.